Welcome to the first official PNT podcast, sports podcast. I'm Patrick Burns, and this is
Tyler Dickerson, man.
We have a lot to cover today. We watched a lot of those UFC fights last night, and let's tell you what.
I watched all of them. He didn't.
I fell asleep last round.
Everybody else left.
Muhammad was making me fall asleep.
It didn't even start yet. You fell asleep during the last of the females fight, the title fight at the end. There, the female title.
That is 100% facts.
And then by the time they were like getting off the ring, you were like, "All right, I'm going to bed."
Well, last night we had a decision for I want to say her name is Shevchenko or something like that.
However you say his name.
No, it was a female. It was a beautiful female fight. There was a lot going on. She was really trying to get in on those legs. There's a lot of grappling going on. But her striking was absolutely dangerous. I really thought the fight was going to end up shutting down probably the second round.
The Silva fight?
No, that Shevchenko girl, the girl with the braids, the blonde chick that Zach got the two girls confused because there was
it was Shevchenko and
she was throwing jabs.
Priyat or
something like that. Yeah, and also the Silva fight. She was. I don't even remember who won that.
Silva
won that. Silva was cut. She was kicking the shit out of that girl. I don't know how the hell it lasted as long as it did.
I can't believe Muhammad lost. I fell asleep.
Yeah, Muhammad. I seen like probably a minute and a half of the fight, and the part I seen in the beginning of that fight was absolutely nasty. It was. I had to give a lot. I don't really know much about Muhammad, but I do know that Muhammad was definitely throwing in the work last night. I was watching him put in some work. So something clearly happened when I fell asleep. So I'm guessing the other guy picked it up second, third round, and just second, third round.
I don't even know, bro. It had to have been like the third because I made it to the end of the second.
Yeah.
And then before the third round started, like I don't know, I woke up at the end and they were putting a belt on the guy.
All right. Well, we also got some more UFC news today as well.
Because I had a long night.
Corey Sandhagen defeated Deiveson Figueiredo in a TK. So, UFC fighter Cedric Dumas was arrested on multiple felony charges in Florida, including home invasion and robbery.
What?
Battery, possession of a weapon and ammo, and was convicted felon beforehand and had drug possession. He was also previously arrested on battery charge in February of 2024. It is now looking like a bright future for this young man. He's been in the UFC for a couple of years now. It's been nothing but seems to be...
You know what this is reminding me of, kind of? A little bit of John Jones back when he started, because he was in and out of the DWIs and the DUIs.
Yeah. Just the fact of him possessing a weapon is insane. And battery charge is nuts.
It's insane with the...
We got another update.
Letting this rock?
Yeah, we have another update as well, too, with Khamzat Chimaev. He's looking to murder Dricus du Plessis for the middleweight title later this year. With the fight possibly
taking raping these names.
That's fine. That's fine.
He's trying his best.
Taking place at UFC 317, du Plessis is the current champion and Chimaev is highly ranked contender. While there were initial rumors of du Plessis being injured, his coach confirmed he is not and he will still fight. So, I mean, the big fights that I'm waiting for right now this year,
I'm just saying next,
you can agree with
the next fight that's coming up on the next card, 316, June 7th, I think it is, or something like that. Maybe June 20-something. Bro, they got Sean O'Malley fighting for the title.
Yep. That's the rematch between him and Fucknut there. But there's a big fight that I'm waiting. I want to hear more information on, but we're not knowing.
This is Lola, guys.
We're not knowing what's going to happen. It's either I want to see John Jones and Tom Aspinall fight. Now, do a lot of people in the UFC think it's a bad idea for John Jones to do that? Sure. Why is it not a bad idea? I mean, for God's sakes, the dude's had his title for how fucking long? I think it's time to give it up. And if he's not going to give it up, defend your title. You have been holding it. You have been sitting there basically keeping it hostage. You need to get that belt out there. You need to show that you're willing to fight for it. The last fight you had, I'm sorry to say, there's a lot of John Jones fans out there, but his last fight, there was zero competition in the fight. That fight should have never happened. That fight should have been with a way better contender, and it just never happened. So that's a nightmare and a half. And apparently Tyler Dad's called, but that's okay. So
you text my dad.
For NFL news, we have a lot to talk about, especially with the draft. The Giants have had an amazing draft this year. And I'm not just saying that because we were Giants fans. I'm saying that more because the past couple of years that we've done nothing but shit draft. We've done nothing but wiping our ass with these names and throwing them straight in the garbage because we can't do nothing with them. And the one name that we could do something with, we gave it away to our number one enemy on the field, the Eagles. And quite frankly, that's offensive.
Cowboys are definitely our number one rivalry.
Right? It depends on who you are in a Giants fan in the street. I mean, as a fan, I hate the Eagles more than I do Dallas.
We're 0-8 against Dallas, bro. That is our highest rivalry right now.
I have big hate for the Eagles. It goes deep, and I don't like Chiefs as well. I know you guys are gonna hate on me for this, but a lot of you Chiefs fans go way too diehard, especially if your team is fucking taking a shit in a urinal, buddy. If you're shitting in a urinal, you're retarded, and I should take that out. But that's okay.
It's too late. It's not getting out. It's in there.
Another big thing you seen as well that Shedeur Sanders was drafted by the Browns.
Yeah, late too, 144.
Yeah. Now, what is from your perspective? How do you think that Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, how do you think these guys are prepping for this new QB talent that's coming in this next season?
Well, Shedeur's not starting. We'll get that out the way. It's a tight room over there. They got 4 quarterbacks, 5 quarterbacks. They're going to be fighting for 3 spots. So I honestly think what my personal opinion is and what Cleveland should do is they should try to play Deshaun Watson and they should try to get what they can out of Joe Flacco, and they should try to get
Joe Flacco's not bad.
They should give Shedeur some mental experience, not physical experience, but like some mental
preparation,
so that he can see what it's like how they're doing with Jackson Dart and New York. We're keeping Jackson Dart as our 3rd string or our 4th string. I think we're keeping him as 3rd string
for now. Yeah,
and he's gonna sit and watch behind Russell and Jameis for the year so that he can sit and learn how to be a good NFL quarterback.
And I agree. Now, here's a big thing that I absolutely love about the Browns drafting Shedeur.
I think they got him at a steal too, 144. He should have been gone in the 1st round.
Yeah. So the only problem that we really had with Shedeur Sanders and that all the other teams had with Shedeur Sanders was the number one fact that he was not prepping for any kind of testing. They were having him come in, basically just trying to see what he knows, what he's been paying attention to, see if he's practicing, see if he's training mentally and physically to prepare to be in the NFL. Well, he showed multiple other teams that he's not physically or mentally prepared to do that.
I don't know if it's more. I don't think it's the physical aspect because he's physically capable and physically able. His problem is he's not going in with the right mentality.
No, he's going in with the I don't give a shit mentality.
He's going in with when he's getting told by coaches and staff, like, I think you're doing this wrong, and I think you can fix this by doing this, and I think you should do this to help better your chances of accuracy downfield. Yeah. And he's saying, I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
To an NFL head coach.
One of the best, reminds you. One of the best. And I'm not saying that just because Dable is a Giants coach.
No, he really is signified as one of the best coaches in the NFL right now.
I'm sure any of you other teams would be happy to have him sitting there and coach.
And it's shitty because he got stuck with a horrible
line, a horrible quarterback decision.
A quarterback that he tried his absolute best to get to do something good.
He got handed Eli at the end of his era.
Right, I mean, Eli shouldn't have. I hate the way that Eli went out, but we don't need to get into that right now.
And you know what it kind of reminds me of, actually? So speaking of the Eagles, look at Jalen Hurts, right?
When did we speak of the Eagles?
No, because we were speaking about the Eagles a little bit beforehand about how,
all right, we're just going back to that topic.
Yeah, we're going to go back to that topic, a little bit more about the Eagles, too, as well. Jalen Hurts, before he went to the Eagles are kind of struggling. They had things around them. They had a lot of the pieces.
They had Carson Wentz.
Yes. They just couldn't get those pieces. They just couldn't get those pieces together. Well, as soon as they got Jalen Hurts, they got those pieces together. Now, is the Browns going to do that with Shedeur? I don't know. There's actually a lot of controversy right now, too, with Shedeur Sanders. This is true facts. You can look it up right now. I can pull up something and put this in the clip. Shedeur is suing the NFL for, I don't know if it's defamation. It's something along those lines because he was dropped so low. Now, can you sue the NFL for something like that? I'm not exactly sure. Now, was he guaranteed to be number one draft?
He shouldn't be.
He was promised. He wasn't
promised number one because
once you get
the Texans, he didn't get the Heisman.
No,
he wasn't even a front runner.
But Travis Hunter got the Heisman. So
yeah, Travis Hunter.
Is that everybody's idea was that Travis Hunter and that Shedeur were going to end up being together on a team?
Nobody thought that. Nobody absolutely ever thought that.
It was okay.
What everybody thought was that Cam Ward.
It was thought of.
Everybody thought that Shedeur was going first at first, And then we started getting into the combine, and we started watching more clips, and people started thinking that, oh, maybe Cam Ward's going to go first. And then Cam Ward ended up going first, and everybody knew. Everybody knew Travis Hunter was going to the Cleveland Browns if the Jags did not trade up and take him. Travis Hunter was number 2 overall, guaranteed. Now, on the other hand, with Shedeur, he was guaranteed by the Steelers that he was going to get picked up. Like the Steelers wanted him at 21. That wasn't going to happen though because they don't need a quarterback like that. They have a quarterback. And Cleveland don't really need the quarterback. I really think Cleveland just took him for his name in the hopes that one day he can
it's a possibility. Now
he's a third round
thinking
quarterback.
Back to the idea where teams thinking of having Shedeur and Travis. Yes, I can prove that. I have actual proof from 3 different NFL coaches. One of them was the Falcons. Before that draft ever came, the Atlanta Falcons were thinking they needed some kind of a double press. They needed to have a quarterback that could throw a bullet, but they also needed somebody to add to the receivers.
That's not Shedeur.
They added to somebody who wanted the receivers. They were thinking about Shedeur, but then they were looking at Shedor's tapes, and they were like, all he has is Travis. He's throwing nothing but bubbles. Is he good? Yes, but when it comes down to where the line breaks apart and he needs to get away, and the only person he has is Travis Hunter in double, triple, whatever coverage, it doesn't look good on you as a quarterback. You can't just if you have. There's multiple clips. There's other videos where you can see Shedeur's getting murdered on the line. Okay, you have Travis out here. He's being covered by 3 people. All right, you got people open on the left side. You have a man sitting there center, ready right there to get the first down, and he chooses not to because he was feeding Travis Hunter. Now, is Travis Hunter a good player? Fucking phenomenal. He plays both sides of the field.
At his time, he
fucking phenomenal. He plays both sides. Now, do I think that he might have gave Shedeur a little bit of his, mojo, and that's why everyone's like, I think a little bit of it
was... mojo came from his dad.
A lot of it came from his dad, but I think some of his on-field mojo came from a lot of the connections between him and Travis Hunter. Because him and Travis Hunter, they were a little bit, I want to say, of a Jerry Rice and a Joe Montana thing, but college-wise. Because they had their own thing going. They knew where the ball was going. They knew when things were going to get serious. They knew when they had to lock up and get the grind on. So they got it and made it happen. But the craziest thing is that the controversies that they have, I've never seen any controversy this bad in a draft. Have you?
Nah.
There was so much controversy in this draft. It
was a crazy draft.
Now, personally, do you think Cam Ward should have went to the Tennessee Titans?
Cam Ward, 100%. I think he's the number 1 quarterback.
Do you think there's another place that he could have been?
If he would have fell to number 3, I would have loved to see him in a Giants uniform. But he wasn't falling to number 3 because clearly Cleveland wanted a quarterback. They took 2 in the draft.
Yeah.
So, if he would have fell to number 2, Cleveland would have had him. Quick as fuck. But Cleveland they don't really need Travis Hunter. They have wide receivers. They have, DBs. What they don't have is somebody to make the plays in the pocket. Joe Flacco is not a pocket passer. He's
attempted to in the past. It just doesn't work out for him. He needs to have something. He needs to have a
running back.
He needs to have a running back.
They should have picked up Ashton Jeanty.
They should have, because the Raiders got Ashton Jeanty. Let me tell you what.
Talk about that one.
Let me.
That's fine.
Let me tell you what. Ashton Jeanty.
Anyway.
Ashton Jeanty. I think he's a sleeper. Now, who else is a sleeper?
I don't know. I think Ashton Jeanty is going to do worse than people think he's going to do worse. I don't think Ashton Jeanty's going to be as good as everybody thinks.
I think Cam Scatterboo is going to have a better first year than Ashton Jeanty. Only because Ashton Jeanty got handed the Raiders. I mean, yes, Cam Scatterboo got handed the Giants, but they got handed the Giants, and the Giants right now are hefty.
Can we just talk about something that I didn't even know?
Full of fire.
I guarantee you didn't know this. Did you know Deion Sanders played 9 seasons in the MLB?
In baseball?
In baseball.
For what team did he play for?
It doesn't say. MLB. He played for the New York Yankees, Atlanta Braves, the Cincinnati Reds, and the San Francisco Giants. That's insane. I never would have known that.
That's a big hitter to the face right there. I didn't even know that. We also have a Syracuse player for the for college basketball. He signed a deal with the Toronto Raptors. I don't know if it's really much of a deal. It's a contract. I don't know if he's been just sitting his ass on the bench the whole time. I'm not sure what they're planning on doing with him, but this contract was last year. I guess he had a little bit of some playing time. Apparently he plans on not really staying in the NBA. He wants to downdraft towards something a little bit smaller, I guess. But I think that there's in New York and in Broome County, etc., outside of Broome County, upstate New York, we have some of the best sports players that you can find. Now, I could say this too: Pennsylvania breeds absolute fucking monsters for football. There's no better place, I think, that you can find a football player than Pennsylvania. Penn State breeds absolute fucking units. They breed absolute monsters. Look at Cam Ward. They had a running back that just got drafted too as well.
Where?
From Penn State.
Oh yeah.
Their coaches like to breed absolute monsters, insane monsters. And I want to see what the season's going to be like, because I think Patrick Mahomes, I feel he's going to struggle this year. I feel he's not going to have the potential that he's showed in the past couple of years. I think he's going to fall apart a little bit because now he has to chase a Super Bowl again and hopefully he can get there. The Eagles are looking scary. The Giants, we have a scary line right now. Defensive line, it's an absolute wall. The Raiders, I hate to say it, the Raiders are looking a little crazy too. I'm really excited to see Jaden Daniels next year. On the Washington Commanders.
I think, all right, so as a Giants fan, totally unbiased, I believe our division is gonna end as follows. It's either gonna be it's gonna be either Eagles or Washington, and then number 2 is gonna be the other.
Now, what's your thoughts about Green Bay this year? I mean, they still got.
That's not our division. That's what I'm in the 4 of our division right now.
I got you.
Stay right there for just a second. So I'm saying I got either Eagles or Washington. I think really, honestly, truly, I think that Washington is gonna take it over the Eagles. So I think it's gonna go Washington, Eagles, and then my hope for the last 2, my hope is that the Giants can get number 3. We can pull off a wild card and we can make it into the playoffs and show what we really got. That's my hope.
Yeah,
that's my hope. But realistically speaking, we're probably going to be 4th in our division, and we're going to be behind Dallas, who's going to get their shot at the wild card. But I don't think Dallas is going to be able to do anything with it because they can never get past their first round in the playoffs.
Now, Dallas. Okay, they have something set up from this year.
For fuck's sakes, the last time they went to the Super Bowl, bro, neither of us were even alive.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling Russell Wilson, I hate to say this, and I know a lot of Dallas fans are going to hate me for this. I think Russell Wilson is going to give...
I think Russ is going to give the Giants what they've been needing to beat Dallas in all these years. We haven't beat Dallas.
I honestly think that Russell has what it takes to put him down. Put Prescott down. I think he has what it takes. Only because there's a lot of similarities in their quarterbacking skills. But it's just that Russell, if he can bring out that more mobile side of him, like he had back when he was on the Seahawks, I'm telling you.
We haven't beat the Cowboys in 3 years.
Well, we're due for one this year. Look at that.
January 3rd, 2021 was the last time the Giants.
So this year the Giants we're gonna party. Jackson Dart's gonna fucking smoke them, or it's gonna be Jameis Winston,
or it's gonna be Jameis Winston. It's gonna be Russ because he's not really injury prone neither. So all fingers crossed. Obviously,
hopefully Russ doesn't break a leg, but
he shouldn't break.
Don't break a leg, brother. If you get what I'm saying.
I really hope that we get prime time Russ and not. I really don't want last year's Russ.
Dodge the bullet on Aaron Rodgers. Can we talk about that? Oh,
I'm glad we didn't pick him up. But my thing about that though is if we were just picking up
Derek Carr,
if we're just picking up a quarterback to train a younger quarterback, and be like a role model, we probably should have went with Aaron Rodgers. Like he had a longer career. He's had, in my opinion, more success in his career than
Russell Wilson
did. But I'm glad we were able to get Russell Wilson as cheap as we did.
Chat. Guys, we could be wrong on that. You guys can look that up. I'm not sure, but I personally agree with that. I think Russell Wilson did not have
in my personal opinion. I don't know if it's a fact or not, but I personally think
the Green Bay Packers era with Aaron Rodgers.
With Aaron Rodgers on his Green Bay Packers era, he had more accolades and accomplishments than Russ has his whole career. In my opinion, I don't know that for sure. Russ has gone to the Super Bowl.
I know you Steelers fans. I know you Steelers fans used to fear when Aaron Rodgers hit that field, buddy. Because
now you guys fear when he's your quarterback, because that's what's coming up, huh? Talk about that.
Yeah, that's a situation.
That's the whole talk right now. It's his only team of interest. It's his only team of interest.
I don't really know why.
I don't either. I don't get it.
The Steelers do it, but the Steelers always have a lot of flop quarterbacks. The Browns turned into them.
I think who's their quarterback this year? Mason Rudolph right now? As of right now, I think Mason Rudolph's their number one. I really think he could do good.
You know who I think also? So Malik Neighbors.
Right there.
So speaking of Malik Neighbors, so if you look at, I think he's going to make a little bit of some history this year. I think we're going to focus a lot on run game. I think we're going to focus a lot on the run game when we're like probably
him and Tyrone Tracy last year broke a record.
Anywhere past the 50-yard line, if we're in enemy territory, I think we'll throw it to Malik once or twice. But I think there's going to be a time and place where we become dangerous in the run game right down there.
Yeah, I think
the push is going to develop more in the New York Giants as well.
I think Cam Scatterbo is going to be something.
I think the tush push is going to be initiated a whole lot more this year with a couple teams. One of them
be people practicing that shit out the ass.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Scatterbo is going to be practicing it because that's where we do fail a lot. The Giants, they do fail a lot when it comes to red zone.
Good pusher.
Yeah, when it comes to red zone area.
We never had a good pusher, but yeah, you got a point. We got Cam Scatterbo. We have a good pusher right behind.
Yeah,
right
because here's the thing: when it's red zone,
up and over that pile.
Yeah, when it's red zone, running backs become different people. Because they know that they can just push their weight. So the more weight you're getting,
Cam Scatterbo is a big boy.
The more weight you're pushing, you're gonna get near that end zone fast. It's gonna be quick. But hey, Derek Carr announced his retirement.
What?
Derek Carr announced his retirement. He apparently
crazy.
If you've seen his last game though against
I'm not even worried about his last game.
His last game against the New York Giants, and I'm not sucking Giants wiener, but it was against the New York Giants. He tried to jump over one of our boys, and let's just say, I think it was Dexter Lawrence, and it does not work that way.
Sexy Dexy. That might be my next jersey. I got a Darius Slayton one I got to pick up today.
If you look it up, Derek Carr smoked his face so hard into the ground because when he landed,
next time you see this,
his arm fucked up. And
beautiful white.
Now he has a shoulder problem, and he's quitting football because he has a shoulder issue. He has to get surgery because he failed.
It's also he's done 11 seasons in the NFL. I mean, he's not really young anymore.
Look at Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is a different breed person, and I don't want to talk about Tom Brady. I hated whenever he stepped on the field back in the day.
Brady.
You know what? I'm gonna open a whole new can of worms.
Eli Manning.
This is a horrible way to take this.
Old day football was better.
No, bro. Listen.
2000s.
You know who really I look at that plays nowadays and reminds me of Tom Brady in his prime and in his younger years?
You want me to tell you too?
You want me to say it?
Who's you?
And everybody's going to be upset about this.
Who's yours?
It's Patrick Mahomes. It's Patrick Mahomes, bro. Look at him. He's going to be the next Brady. He's already got 3 rings. He almost got a 3-peat.
All right, so
bro,
I see what you're saying.
Bro,
I see what you're saying. So
I don't like the team. Don't get it wrong. But you got to put respect where respect's due.
Yeah. I'll put respect where respect's due. But here's where we got.
They get horrible calls.
Yeah, but here's where we draw the line. Right. Tom Brady. Yes, Tom Brady had that one incident when he was down there in good old Saints territory, and the ball was allegedly deflated. Tom Brady never let that go. Patrick Mahomes. He's always working with the refs. They said the same thing about Tom Brady because he was really good. Now, here's the thing. You can't put them in the same category. Only because Patrick Mahomes will be one of the greats for who he is.
Patrick Mahomes' attitude separates him from
he's his own great. He's his own legend.
Do you know
he's going to be right up there next to Tom Brady.
His attitude is so much different than Tom Brady. He's not going to be next to Brady. He will never be next to Brady. He's going to be under Brady. Simply because of his attitude.
That's like a LeBron and Michael Jordan situation. Something like
we're not getting into that.
I can't either. I'd go with Jordan all day.
See, that's the thing. I go with Bron just because he has more years. He played for longer.
Yeah, and I only
showed a longer
The only reason why I go is because like you can't really defame somebody for what they've done. You know what I mean?
But like if we really get into it,
I'm gonna go
Steph
better
over
than anybody
LeBron.
because I mean, yeah,
Think
he
about
might have
it.
better stats.
Steph over LeBron though.
Steph over.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like how LeBron plays. He plays like a baby.
Steph never
left
like
his
team.
Baby.
Steph made everybody around him better. And LeBron, exactly. My leg.
Ref. No. Like, look at me. Look. Time out. You can't even see my head. Hold on. LeBron James. Oh. Gotta call my wife for it. Oh, yeah. My fucking leg's broken. Really? No, it's not. Hold on. Let me get up
How
in
old
2
is
seconds.
LeBron now? He's got to be over 40, right?
I don't know. The next fall he takes, you might want to be careful. He's going to be fucking having dementia.
I'm pretty sure he's going to retire now after they lost the series. They got smoked. They're done.
Son, LeBron's been more worried about his hairline than he has his fucking NBA career. He's been trying to save that shit.
There ain't no hairline there. He was more worried about playing with his son than winning games.
Every time he wins a ring, he gets an extra inch on his hairline.
He's more worried about getting his son on his team than he was about winning games.
And wasn't that a bad idea? And LeBron, you come talk to me like you did Stephen A. Smith. I'll tell you.
You got your son on your team.
Let him go somewhere else and develop.
And then he gets in there, his first game, they're like, get on the bench. They send him to the G League.
No, you guys keep trying to put him on the boat with you. Like, oh, he's in. No. Let him earn that shit.
He's in the G League, bro. Just because he's your son don't mean
Bronny can become whoever he wants to be. He has
He needs
the blood of a goat. He has the blood of a goat in him. Let him develop. You're developing him the wrong way by between the helicopter dad while playing NBA with him. It doesn't work. You gotta let him go play 2K by himself somewhere else and maybe against you. You know what I'm saying? Or are you afraid he's gonna sauce you up or something?
This motherfucker just said 2K.
Yeah, 2K. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's controlling him. You know what I mean? His son. I'm good on that. But yeah, it's gonna be I'm pretty fucking stoned at this point in time.
Nice. Let's go on.
Not so sure what's next for this. I'm not sure how long we've been going in.
I don't know.
Tyler's fucking shirt's buttoned like halfway.
No, it's not. It's buttoned all
I
the way.
have Nutella
There's just no
on
more
my
buttons
shirt.
down here. Look.
I have Nutella on my shirt from last night.
There's no more buttons at the bottom of the shirt.
Don't ask about the Nutella.
I'm gonna cut the video off like under our bodies so you can't see anything under that.
Dude, I just want to edit
Crop
LeBron James.
Where Patrick was saying that shit about it?
Yeah.
LeBron James. I'm telling you, bro. If it was LeBron versus Michael Jordan, bro.
All right, but let's get it this way, all right? So who do you think? So we got team captains. You ready?
Yeah.
LeBron, Michael. All right.
Do we get to pick
two people you get to
pick?
It's 2v2. The 2 people you get to pick from right now. Since you're picking Michael Jordan already, the 2 people you get to pick from, Curry and Kobe.
Kobe Bryant.
Got Kobe? I'm cooking you. I'm cooking you.
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something right now.
Cooking you, bro.
Let me tell you something. The Stephen A. Smith's about to. I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you why you were wrong. Hold on. Let me tell you why you were wrong. Okay, this is why you were wrong. Okay, because Kobe Bryant. Okay.
Nah, Kobe's got it.
Kobe Bryant by himself will put up 68 fucking points. I know this is a game of 21. He will put up 68 fucking points on fucking just LeBron himself. Not only LeBron is garbage. He's sleeping halfway through this fucking game because it's over with when Michael Jordan gets in there and starts fucking shitting in the basket. When he starts shitting in the basket, who's digging it out? Not me, not you. Stephen Curry's digging it out. Is Stephen Curry going to start splashing when Kobe's putting it? No.
100% he's splashing it over Kobe every time.
That's diabolical. Let me tell you that's diabolical. That's diabolical because, boy, listen, Steve. Oh my God,
Stephen A. Smith's gonna react to this.
Let me calm the fuck.
What are these boys talking about?
Let me calm down. Because he thinks
got Adam in this video.
He thinks Stephen Curry is gonna sauce up Kobe Bryant.
I never said he was going to sauce up Kobe
Bryant. Was in a
Kobe's going to be on LeBron.
360 degrees and was still dribbling that bitch.
Kobe's going to be on LeBron.
That shit rhyme.
Kobe's going to be on LeBron, and then you're going to have Michael over here trying to guard me with Steph, bro. I'm putting it on Mike every time.
On who?
On Mike. Jordan?
I thought you had Michael Jordan. Or I had Michael Jordan.
You have Michael Jordan. Yes, I'm putting it over his head with Steph Curry every time you.
Bullshit. I don't know why. Because I'm gonna pay Michael Jordan an extra $500,000 just to punch LeBron James in the nuts every time he goes up for a dunk or a three.
He's not gonna be.
There's no refs there. The refs ain't seen shit. They're blind. We got them from the nursing home. That's where they came from. They were out back smoking a cigarette.
That's intense.
I paid their nursing home person like $5 to walk away. And that's the scoop.
Oh,
Take your ass home and take a poop. Hey, PNT.
oh.